jump right into this.
Hey, at least it's honest work.
Yeah, it's honest work.
Make a move,
So,
and I'll end
supply routes, supply lines. What in the world? They can't even get to their beds. What happened here? Well, that's weird. For some odd reason, there is no stairs leading to their beds. Oh shit, I'm maxed out. Well, I'm just gonna scrap all my water pumps. I'll show you why. You don't need water pumps. You don't need any water supply at any settlement. Except for one. And that would be... just call it your main hub. The main hub where all your supplies are routed from. Where all your materials are coming from. I've got it set right now to where the sanctuary is my main hub. Got to get him a stairway. See if I can get that to match up. Can't. Alright, go to floor section and use this, maybe? There we go. Good deal. And I can close this in too. Since it just eliminated all my water pumps. Put walls up around it. You don't specifically need it for the bottom of the stairs, but I'm going to go ahead and put it there. It's not needed. It is completely unnecessary. Okay, now they can get to their beds. I don't even know if I have power ran. I have no lights at all. I started this place and it was just like, it'll just collect bodies. So, you know, they got enough room to move. There's only 12 people here. So it's fine just the way it is now. Alright, so let's go to the map.
You gotta take things one day at a time.
Thank you, Settler, for those words of advice. Jump out to the map. Oop. Zoom out. Hit that L1 for the PS4. See how I got the supply lines routed? I haven't ran any supply lines to Outpost Zemanja. So R2 to data. Look for your settlement with the highest people count, the highest settlers. 22, of course. It's Sanctuary. That's where all my water and food is coming out of. Why is that so high? So I'm going to go ahead and go to Sanctuary Hills. Find one of the settlers that aren't doing anything. Go to build mode by holding the touchpad. Select that settler and send a supply route. Since they're at Sanctuary Hills, they will send a supply route from here to Outpost Zemanja. I think that's how you pronounce that. I'm not sure. But then when you go to Outpost Zemanja, you could build all the materials. You know, you have all the materials for all settlements in one location. Since I'm here, I'm also going to drop off all the junk that I've collected from the other settlements. And the weapons. Normally I don't drop the weapons if they're pretty good, because I'd like to tweak them and make them really good. I don't know what all can be dropped. I know all the junk. Let's go ahead and press triangle to store all junk. There you go. Junk's gone. We're good to go. I'm going to drop that purified water in there. So with Sanctuary being your main hub, I can run supply routes. You're going to want this bell. And when you ring that bell, it's going to have all your settlers come to you. It's under Resources, Miscellaneous, and it's the third one in. But yeah, your bell, put it in a location to where when you ring the bell, all the settlers can be accessed. See, I don't know where this guy's going, but since I rang that bell, he should be turning around and running back towards the bell. Since he's not, go ahead, go to build mode, hold the touchpad, and then while you're pointing at that settler, hit R1, and then it brings up a list of locations that you could send a supply route to. R1 is supply line, square is move. You could just straight up move this guy to any other settlement, but we want a supply line to Zemanja. Confirm, and then confirm again, and then after a little while,
Need something?
he'll just start taking off. He'll just take off. And he'll turn into a caravan with like a pack mule. That two-headed cow. That's the pack mule.
What do you need?
But for me, the supply line, most of them come off of Sanctuary Hills just because I've got an abundance of food here. And I got all the water purifiers down there. They're all set up and ready. They produce an abundance of purified water, which I sell to all my workshops. I was going to come down here and move that, or just store it. Store that in my stash. But the benefit, the sole benefit of having supply routes, you know, the supply lines, is so when you go to build at a new settlement, all you have to do is go to your highest population settlement and assign one of the unused settlers to a supply line from, I like my resources all from one place, but if you have all of your settlements connected, they all share resources. So what's the advantage? The single biggest benefit to having supply routes is the food and water. Sanctuary for me is where I have my water supply set up. All these purified pumps. I also have quite a few at the castle. And there's one other settlement. I can't think of it off the top of my head. But it's also got a nice area for water. If you've got any, you know, it doesn't have to be moving. It doesn't have to be specifically standing water. But any type of water, you could throw one of these industrial water purifiers in, and it's going to continuously reproduce or produce purified water, which let alone can be sold for 20 bottle caps a piece for one bottle of purified water. But since you have supply routes ran, it's going to supply all of your settlements with water. And if you have the same location, specifically like in my example, I've got all this food growing at Sanctuary Hills, which makes all the settlements have plenty of food and plenty of water. I could keep going with more food, but I need to assign more settlers or employees to pick the fruit, because until they pick it, it doesn't count towards the food supply. As you can see, it's only 30. And you see there's well over 30 you know, mutt fruit trees, plants available, but I just don't have hardly any of them assigned, which is, it's fine. It's just fine. Got my my steamer trunk sitting around here, so I can drag and drop from the workshop right in here, right into the trunk. I'll just see this. What is this? Scrap that. That's new. Looks pretty much ghetto-fied in here. Just walk right through the power lines. Yeah, that can happen. Good thing that's floating in the air. Yes, single biggest advantage. I'm going to go ahead and go to Zemanja now, since it now has a supply route. Jump over there. The coolest part is about the ones that run supplies from each settlement to another. If they do get engaged in combat with randoms out in the open, They might die, but they'll be respawned, or they'll die until the conflict is gone, and then they come back to life. So they really never die. I didn't think I did anything with this settlement, but apparently I did. 25 beds. There's only one settler here. I can only guess that I don't have a recruitment beacon, because I don't see it anywhere. Another weird trick, if one of your settlements is getting too big too quickly, instead of shutting off your recruitment beacon, the settlers, this right here, miscellaneous, the recruitment radio beacon, which constantly sends out a signal telling, anybody, come join us, come on into so-and-so camp. You should put these at every camp or settlement, and it'll constantly bring in more new settlers, and you have to attach a power supply or a generator. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. I actually do think there's some type of advantage to that. I can get rid of that water pump. I don't need it. Get rid of your trees, because it's just cover for your enemies to take behind while they shoot at you. And frankly, fuck that shit. I'm not going to give my enemies any kind of cover. Got some janky fence going on there. Hope I can fix this. I can't. That sucks. Wall it up. There we go. That looks good to me. But as far as starting out a settlement goes, as soon as you get your second one, from that main settlement, which should be sanctuary for anybody, run a supply line. Pick a settler to run a supply line. I don't think you can get up that. This is looking good. Oh, this sucks. Shit. Oh, stairs. Forgot about these little stairs. Here we go. Now it's accessible. But these little don't fall off the edge blockers up again. And perfect. Alright. Now to get here, I'm going to put a recruitment beacon up here. Just because that's how I roll. Got 25 beds. I'm not going back and forth between settlements just to send recruits. Power generator. And just the simplest generator will do. I like to put them way up in the air. In fact, I'm actually just going to do that. It's easiest. Well, not only easiest, it's smarter to build off of stairs. To put your recruitment beacon way up in the air, so that it will never be shot at. Like so. Find out what the maximum height you can build at. And go just under that. Alright. See how it turned red when I went to couple the two ladders together? Or stairs. Floors. Pick your tiniest. It won't matter. You're going to scrap these actually. Pick whatever floor you want to. That's weird. That's weird. Oh. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. That's a strange border. You know what? I didn't hit the maximum height. I hit the side border. So this is apparently not lined up. Redo. There we go. Now we can see what the maximum height I can build at. Which would be pretty high considering that tower is way up there. Maybe I should circle this ladder back around. Or stairs. It's a little set of stairs. Looks like a ladder to me. At this point, there's no way in hell that they can shoot this high. They just can't. Talking about the raiders or anybody else that raids this camp. Okay. Nope. I think I'm at the edge. Nope. I've hit the ceiling. Alright, so this is as high. Of course it's as tall as that needle. So this being... Sorry. Don't smoke cigarettes. That's all I can say. So now that I've found my height, max, build out 3. And that's right on the edge. Then back out to the power generator. Drop the simple. The little teeny tiny small generator. Do it how you want. I know that, but they can both fit inside one square. Like such. Back out. Go to miscellaneous. Right there's your beacon. That's what you want. Oops. There you go. There's your settler's recruitment beacon. Don't forget to run the power. Then afterwards, scrap the floor. And then just back away, scrapping everything that you built to get this high. And they will never shoot your recruiter beacon. It's nothing but beds. I have 0 workshops in this place. Maybe I should change that. Alright, so I need to figure out which way I can build. And it's that way. Take this section out. Drop that bed, back out. Go to structures, metal, prefab. Floor and roof. Of course I have to scrap the bed first. Of course you'd make me do that. Oh, you want one more bed? Alright. There we go. Go back up these stairs. Of course dog meat's right in the way. Dog meat. It's great. Nice name. Now that I've opened up the wall, go back into metal prefab, look for hallway. It's just a long tubular. That's how I built all this. It's completely contained, cannot be penetrated through. So your settlers are completely safe in here. Let's go and look at how many stores there are. There's a total of 6. I'm not going for the larger stores, which I heard is really smart, because you can sell a lot more items. The vendors or the settlers that run these larger stores will collect a lot more bottle caps or gold or money, whatever you want to call it. Bottle caps. It's still money. That's the currency form. Bottle caps. But so if you were to build all 6, let me see, 6? Yeah, 6 of the larger virgins, 72 virgins. Anyways, then you'll have a considerable increase to the amount of potential income. I don't condone, nor do I agree with people that exploit the game to their advantage, because you're not really getting the full experience. If you didn't work for it, what's the value? Kind of makes your gameplay worthless. But there's 6 of them. So from this point, instead of a hallway and just running a tube straight out, having a really narrow hallway, I want to back out and go to metal structures again, the prefabs, and do the... Here I'm going to do the floor and roof. And then to each side... Oh no, I didn't go too far. I didn't go far enough out. No, I didn't. I didn't go far enough out. That sucks. It should have been 1 over. Oh well. It's not that big of a deal. So we're going to scrap that actually. Put the wall on our left. Since that's the way we're going to go. Go build 3 out. Put a corner piece in here. Go back to the floor and roof. And I've just hit ground. I've just hit ground. One of my settlements, it still let me build inside the ground. So, you know, you're just traveling on the hallway, and then all of a sudden there's a huge mound of dirt blocking the entire hallway. It's like, what? How is this possible? But for 6 workshops, this will be more than adequate. Maybe it'll give me put me a corner in there. Maybe. Come on. Do it. Get in there. I went too far. I need to go out 1 more. There's going to be a weird area. Oh well, I can put 2 shops in here. 2 shops with 2 corners. You know, put a shop in this one, put a shop in that one. Pretty sure it's too far. Oh, it's gonna let me. Come on, drop in there. Nice. That's so damn. I should open up all these walls and just close it all in. Actually, I'm gonna do that. Yep. Jeez. There's a big redo. Crap. It's gonna drop the clamps. Oh no, wait. What the hell is that? Was that wire? Oh, for the needle thing. Didn't know what I was looking at. Slap a whole bunch of these floors and roofs together, close in this whole area. It just barely increases the size. Whoops. Why'd I take it out from here? Floor and roof. There we go. Dropped all my beds. Hey, there we go. That is clusterfucked. I don't like it. There's so many bars. I got rid of way too many beds too. How's that 17? What the heck? Oh. Huh. Well. Get this population up to the potential of 25 again. 20 is a good number. It really is. It's round. Starts even. But having extra settlers is good. They unfortunately are expendable. They come. They die. I'm just going to fill the whole wall until I get to the T intersection up here, right behind me. I think it's right now. Yep. Hey, one more. So I'll squeeze one more in there. Awesome. Awesome. 25. I like the number. And just a ridiculous... Man, I really don't like these pillars in the middle. I gotta get rid of that. I can't stand it. One way to open an area up, this is how. Or just don't use metal structures, and it won't have all these pillars. But I'm going to switch to wood. Cheapest wood floor is a wood shack. The wood shack floor. It's got the cheapest resource cost. Back out, go to metal, structure, metal, prefab, nope, roof. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm gonna put some salvage stations back in the back there. It's under resources. are scavenging. Remember that big flat piece that's facing towards us right there? That's where they're going to work. And where the tools are. So just, more or less put it at an angle. I like to have 2 of them at every one of my settlements because they seem to produce a lot of junk. Which, thankfully, junk is a good thing in this case because junk is our resource. Junk is our materials. They all get broken down. And no, I found out that you do not have to individually break down any junk. Once you use up a stack of, say, copper, when you go to build something that uses copper, it'll automatically break down a junk item that has copper components. It'll break it down, and then, there's your copper. So you actually have a shit ton more resources than what it states. For example, it says I have 20. Well, that's a bad example. Alright, well, real materials, it says I have 5,100 steel. So I probably have, with all the, like, radios and televisions and, et cetera, all the different items. Once my actual steel is gone, it'll start breaking down those items. It's a ridiculously impossible number of gears. It's pretty funny. Go back into the build menu, finish these shops up real quick. I'm curious to see what the Emporium shops, these big shops, I'm really curious to see how much they're going to produce. But I'll do that. I mean, I've got the what's it called? The bottle caps. I've got plenty of bottle caps. They're 1,500 a piece. I'd be pretty close, but I'm pretty sure I could replace all workshops with Emporiums. I'll get my money back, that's for certain. I'll definitely get the bottle caps. And to speed that process up, sleep in your bed for 48 hours, and then go to your main settlement with all the water purifiers and collect the purified water. Go to your big settlements. I call that my main settlements. The ones with the industrial water purifiers. But, call it what you want. I consider it my main because it produces... where did it go? Oh, shit. Built on the frickin' roof? What? Come on. Fucker. Let's go ahead and slap it down. They'll straighten down in a sec. As long as it doesn't build on the roof, I'll be fine. Like I said, I'm just going to build the basics for now. I don't need the Emporiums yet. No real structure to how I'm doing it. I'll tidy him up after a bit. Pretty much waiting on 6 people to... Actually 7. Because the main inhabitant, he'll never come up here. I can't scrap his little shitty bunk he has downstairs. Or I would. Alright, since I'm always going to come in from here to access my bottle caps, I'll line them up in that manner. Doesn't matter how you put them in. It just matters that you can access them. I like to put them in real nice and tight. Make sure this person's nice and square. Thank God for the lines on the floors. Or I'd be requesting a grid. Good enough. Stop this OCD. I need to just leave. Seriously, this is ridiculous. Make sure everything's square before I guess I am waiting on settlers to arrive though. Since I just put the beacon in, I mean I could go to Hangman's Alley and just like have 6 people come over. Like, hey, I found you a new home, puppy dog. Now watch this when I look down the line, how fucking crooked it's gonna be. I'm gonna be pissed. Hey! Hey, that's pretty good. Good deal. 6 shops. 6 more shops. Awesome. I'm gonna go up on the roof now. Build a supple generator. Thought I left the ladder here, but I did not. Oh yeah. That's why I had the ladder, but I tore it down. I broke it down. So, I got a piece of roof section too. Metal roof. Now, one more generator. Since they, wow. I just realized how high up that is. Man, I hope they don't come in from that direction. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to scrap this entire settlement or what? Man, they could shoot right down in here. Ah, I don't like that. Makes me want to raise this whole settlement up a few more floors. Like 3 more. Like right there. That much higher. I hope that fixed itself. Well, if I do, I will. So, damn, they could shoot from right there too. Alright, well, I'm definitely gonna have to go up in the air before I start attaching wires. Gotta go up in the air some more. Oh, that sucks. Straight up, when you break shit down, you'll never get the exact amount of resource cost. You'll never get the amount of resources that you initially put into it. Like if I were to scrap this, it's 5 steel, 2 wood. But if you were to build it new, metal, prefab, brand new, it's 10 and 4. Oh wow, that's exactly half. Right? Yep. You get half the resource back. And I think I need to rebuild all this with wood, not metal. I need to go straight up. I can't do that with these kind of ladders. Oh, fuck. I screwed up. I'm going to have to rebuild this whole settlement. Oh, man. You know what? Why have supply routes? Supply lines link all resources. So you don't need to grow food and water at every single one of your settlements. You can have one settlement. Like I have Sanctuary. Sanctuary builds or grows and cleans all the food and all the water. See, I don't even remember running supply lines from Red Rocket. I think I'm going to have to stand in between all... Man, shit. I need to reset all these supply lines so they only come out of Sanctuary. Because I like to go to every settlement and collect all the resources in the workshops. And then bring them all back to Sanctuary. That would be the point of supply routes, right? Have one location as the hub, the main hub, and have everywhere else as just an outpost. And to run supplies, that's how it should work. Shit. I don't like this spiderweb looking shit. 10 Pines Bluff. It's got two separate... Oh my. To wrap this video up before I start rebuilding whenever I'm at this place, Zimbanja. Damn. That's gonna suck. Supply lines again. Seriously. Use them. Then you don't have to worry about all your resources can be right here at one main super defended settlement. I chose Sanctuary just because I got the purified water over here. And the I guess that's a stream. Oh, it's a lake that flows nowhere. That's interesting. That makes no sense. But yeah, I got a shit ton of water purifiers, the biggest, the industrial water purifiers right here. Then I got, they got the behind the house that has the workshop. I got all that area covered with food. So with mut fruit trees. From what I've seen so far, unless there's something better, those are the ones that grow the most per plant. So that just makes them a much more efficient plant to have the food supply coming from, since the food supply doesn't have to be a balanced diet, and none of the settlers are complaining. Mut fruit. I don't think I have any on me. I have nothing on me. Yes, mut fruit though. So run your supply lines from your most heavily defended position or settlement, or just your base. That would technically call it like the home base. And, put a lot of defenses up, grow all your food out of there. And Sanctuary is it's such a good idea to have all your water purifiers right there. So then when you run supply lines from Sanctuary to any of your other settlements, you don't have to grow food and you do not have to purify water. That means when you go into build mode, that space at the top right corner, the size, it doesn't have to be dedicated to trees and water pumps. You know what I mean? Like you can just keep on building more workshops, more defense turrets, more fences. I'm going to tear all those down, tear everything down. This is going to be massive by the time I start another live feed. Shouldn't take me no more than an hour to redo this whole place. But I'm not using metal prefabs. But after I rebuild this, I'll start another live stream. Take all the supplies from this workshop downstairs and bring it back all over to Sanctuary. Because you don't need resources at every single settlement if you run supply lines. That would make all your settlements and the links in between much more efficient. You would use less resources that way, is what I'm getting at. And the more resources you have, it increases your everything. Your defenses, your water, your food, your power, your people. For obviously the one that matters, your home base. The main settlement. And I've elected that to be Sanctuary Hills. It's where all the food, all the water, and you don't have to have power. You don't have to have water. You don't have to have food. But just having that recruitment beacon right up there, way up there, with the generator hooked up to it, that's enough to put it on the map as far as power goes. Boom, I got 3 power. Good enough. You don't need any more. what you need to concentrate on is building space. And the best way to do that is with walls. Why? These, particularly the prefabs, there's no holes in the wall. So your settlers can't be shot while sleeping, while standing at their shops, etc. It completely protects them. So if you put, let me open this roof up. So if you're to open the roof, put a generator up on top, run your power lines on the roof, you got your lights, and everything's honky-dory at that point. So you're good to go, man. Now you know the benefits to running supply lines. That's my tip. It's more efficient. Run everything from 1 or 2. I got the sanctuary, the castle, and Hangman's Alley. Hangman's Alley is really just like a bounce off point. Even though I have everything else connected to Hangman's Alley, I don't have it doesn't put into consideration like how long it would take to run from Sanctuary Hills, or just Sanctuary, I guess, to all the way down to Somerville Place, per se. So it really doesn't make sense to run a supply line from here to the castle, because time is not an effect. If I go to Somerville Place right now, and I start building, it instantly gives me the materials, because I'm automatically linked up to my main stash, my supply house. All my supplies are sitting in Sanctuary, and since all my settlements are connected, that makes every single one of my resources available to every single individual settlement. All food, all water, Sanctuary. Grow your food, purify your water at Sanctuary, and then just run supply lines. Here's where you put your purified water at, right there. A very, very, very large area. It's about here that you can start building all the way underneath the bridge until about this point. And then that green area border cuts off. But you could easily put in 10, maybe 15, maybe even more of the industrial water purifiers. That's the big boys. Water purifier produces 40. So if you put in 10 of those, you're going to have 400 water. Now, let alone that your settlement has to have water to survive. That doesn't necessarily apply. Where I'm at right now, I'm here at Zamanja, outpost of Zamanja. And if I go into my build menu, you can see at the top, I have 0 water. I've built 0 water purifiers. For some reason I have food, but I'll dissect that once I find it. It's got to be a tree or corn or some shit. I'm going to find it and take it down. You don't have to have water, you don't have to have food, as long as you run your supply lines. It links them all together. So if you have just a few heavily fortified settlements, that's all you're going to need. Just build a shit ton of, the best one really is mutt fruit. Resource food, mutt fruit. It produces 1 food for every plant. That's the highest one that I've seen so far, unless there's more available later. But once you build a few of those and harvest them yourself, then you can go to different settlements that have high defense, and keep building them. But you don't need that many, honestly. I think 10 or 20 plants will actually work with every single one of the settlements, as long as you run your supply lines. Recap. Supply lines link all resources together. All resources. Food, water, steel, wood, everything. Everything. So the idea and the thought to have you could do it all from Sanctuary. Sanctuary is easily turned into a fort. Mine's set up like a fort. It's got a shit ton of defense. It's got a lot of water purifiers that I built right down in here in the bank of this pond. And yeah, let's go over to it. Sanctuary Hills. Where is it? Sanctuary Hills has got 40 water. I know that's bullshit. If I go there, it's going to shoot through the roof. I only have 30 food, somehow. I thought I took all the food out. Abernathy Farm, I turned that pretty much into one gigantic fort. It's got a lot more defenses than that. It's maxed out in size. Boston Airport, I'm not the least bit concerned with. It's got a few turrets there. $92 water? What? Defense 200. But you see what I'm saying? It's not setting off flags to the food and water. Like it's setting off flags right there on Hangman's Alley to the happiness. They're pissed off. That's what that means. Nordhagen Beach, I apparently have some damaged turrets. Or I should kick up my defense higher. It's suggesting that. And the happiness is low. But you're not seeing any food or water or power. Food, water, power. None of those are marked. It's only defense and happiness. Beds, 2? Sanctuary Hills? That's a lie. That's obviously a glitch. I have 21 people there and 2 beds. If I went there, which I'm not going there, I'll have like 35 beds, and that's fucked up. And I have like 400 water. And I know I have 30 food, but I apparently don't need any more food. Because like I said again, as long as you run supply routes to every single settlement, they're all going to link together, share. They're going to share resources. That's the exact word I was looking for. They have shared resources. So you don't need food and water at every single settlement. I mean, you could. Sure, you could. But you're really just wasting materials just to build those units. You know, specifically more towards water. It takes quite a bit of materials to build those water purification units. And food, well, you just have to harvest. If you throw down a corn and you come back, I think like 2 days later and pick it, you can put down another corn. And then 2 days later, you can pick both of them, and then you can put down 2 more. And then 4 turns into 8, 8, 16, etc. That's why I have so many of these mut fruit tree. Go back to the build menu after it auto saves. Yeah, the mut fruit tree. I got a lot of these. 577 seeds. And since they're the top producing food, each one produces 1 food. That's the best bet. Supply routes. I love it when my AI fucks up. Can't press the circle. Supply routes. Genius. Use them. It only makes sense. Seriously. Supply routes tie all resources together. All resources. So when you go to a brand new settlement like this one is, I literally just finished building. Where'd it go? There. I literally just finished building everything around me. Turned on the generator, turned on the recruitment beacon. 2 people showed up. Almost every settlement comes with one. It's like the preset settler for that location. Where'd he go? Where the hell is he? He's got a bed that I can't scrap. I'm just dying to scrap it so he'll, you know, sleep with everybody else. That sounds pretty much slutty. So he'll sleep with everybody else like a good citizen would. Where the hell's his bed? Well, I guess he's already tossed his bed for me. So yeah, I built this all real quick, but I'm going to have to redo it because it's not high enough. Because they can shoot from right there, right inside, and I don't like that. So I'm going higher. Going way up there. 5 stories. I'm going to scrap everything Everything's going to be scrapped, and I'm just going to completely redo it. Hey, now you know. That's right, it's XL1. I got a couple of these suits, XL1s. They're pretty nice. It's pretty tough.